Hey, welcome to Imagine Simple English, your daily English companion. No pressure, just progress. I'm Julie.
And I'm James. And Julie, I need to tell you something weird that happened to me this morning.
Weird how?
So I'm walking to the studio, right? And there's this woman on the sidewalk, and she's carrying I swear, Julie, she's carrying a parrot on her shoulder, like a pirate. Just walking, buying coffee, parrot on the shoulder. And nobody around her cared. Nobody looked twice. And I'm standing there with my mouth open like an idiot.
Where was this?
On 4th Street, at that coffee place near the one with the green door. She just ordered a latte with a bird on her shoulder, and the guy behind the counter didn't even blink.
Okay, that's a bit unusual. But you know what? It connects to what we wanted to talk about today. We've been meaning to do an episode about pets for a while.
Oh, have we? I don't remember. Oh, right. Yeah. You mentioned it last week. Something about vocabulary.
Mm-hmm. But honestly, after your parrot lady story, I think we should just talk about it. Like the whole thing. Growing up with animals, what pets teach you, the words we use, all of it.
Okay, but before we jump in, Julie, have you told people about the Telegram channel recently?
Oh, no, I haven't. Thanks. So, if you're new here, we have a free Telegram channel. Every day, I post a short PDF with tips and exercises connected to our episodes. The link is in the description and in the pinned comment.
The PDFs are genuinely useful, by the way. I keep them on my phone for the bus.
You take the bus?
Sometimes, when my car's... You know what? That's not the point.
Okay. So, pets. James, did you have pets growing up?
Yeah, I did. We had a dog, a big one. Her name was Biscuit, and she was, how do I describe Biscuit? She was the kind of dog that thought she was a small dog. She would try to sit on your lap, even though she weighed like 30 kilos. My dad hated it, my mom loved it, and I was somewhere in the middle, you know? I liked Biscuit, but she chewed everything. My shoes, my backpack. One time she ate my math homework, and my teacher didn't believe me.
No.
I swear. She looked at me and said, "James, come on." And I wanted to bring Biscuit to school to prove it, but my mom said no.
So, you were the kid who literally had my dog ate my homework story.
And nobody believed me. That's the tragedy of it.
That's nostalgic. Okay, so I had a very different experience. We didn't have a dog. My family had cats. 2 cats. One was called Mimi, and the other one, I always forget her name. Luna? No. Lola. Sorry, it's been a while.
You forgot your own cat's name?
Don't judge me. It was 20 years ago. But yeah, we had Mimi and Lola, and they were indoor cats. They never went outside. And they were the opposite of your Biscuit. Very calm, very quiet. They would just sit on the windowsill for hours and watch the birds. My mom used to say they were meditating.
Meditating cats. I mean, cats do have that energy, though, don't they? Like they've figured something out that we haven't.
See, you say that, but I think cats are just lazy.
Oh, come on.
No, I'm serious. I love cats. I grew up with them, but they don't do anything. Dogs, at least, they're excited to see you. They greet you at the door. A cat just looks at you like, oh, you're back. Whatever.
No. Hold on. That's not fair. My friend has a cat. Well, had a cat. It died last year. And that cat would sit on his chest every single night when he went to bed. Every night. And if my friend was sad, the cat would come find him. They feel stuff, Julie.
I don't know about that.
I'm telling you, I've read somewhere that cats can sense your mood based on your heartbeat or your breathing, something like that. They're not stupid.
I didn't say they're stupid. I said they're lazy. There's a difference.
Agree to disagree.
Fine. But you have to admit, when a cat sits on your lap and starts purring, that sound, there's nothing like it. It's like a little motor inside them. And it's calming. My mom used to fall asleep with Mimi on her lap every Sunday afternoon.
Wait, purring? Can you explain that word for people who maybe haven't heard it?
Oh, yeah. So, purring is the sound cats make when they're happy or relaxed. It's not meow. That's when they want food or attention. Purring is more like purr, a low vibration, like a tiny engine.
A tiny engine, I like that. And dogs don't purr, obviously. Dogs wag their tail. That's how you know a dog is happy. The tail goes back and forth, back and forth.
And some dogs wag their whole body, like their entire back half is just.
Biscuit did that. Her whole butt would shake. It was ridiculous.
Okay, so here's something I've been thinking about. You know that expression, a dog is man's best friend?
Yeah, everyone knows that one.
But it's kind of interesting because man here doesn't mean just men. It means humans. So it's really saying dogs are a human's best friend. And I think there's truth in it. Dogs are loyal. They don't care if you're rich or poor, having a good day or a terrible one. They're just there.
Yeah. My friend Marco, you know Marco, right? He went through a really rough time 2 years ago. Lost his job, his girlfriend left, the whole thing. And he told me the only reason he got out of bed some mornings was because his dog needed to go for a walk. The dog didn't know about his problems. The dog just needed a walk. And that little thing, that responsibility, that routine, it kept Marco going. Sorry, they got a bit heavy.
No, I think that's really important. And it's something people don't talk about enough. Pets give you routine. They give you a reason to wake up. My sister has a rabbit, and she told me,
Wait, a rabbit? Like a pet rabbit?
yeah, they're more common than you think. She keeps it in the house. It has a little area with a cage, but the rabbit walks around the living room most of the day. Her kids love it.
Does it do anything?
What do you mean, does it do anything?
Like, does it play? Does it come when you call it? Or does it just sit there?
It hops around, it likes being stroked, you know, when you gently rub its fur, and apparently it makes a little thumping sound with its back legs when it's annoyed.
Annoyed? A rabbit gets annoyed?
Every animal has a personality, James, even hamsters. I had a hamster once, I forgot to mention that. His name was Captain, and he would run on his little wheel at 3 in the morning, every single night. I could hear it from my bedroom, all night long.
Captain, that's a strong name for something that weighs 50 grams.
He earned it.
Okay, so we've talked about dogs, cats, rabbits, hamsters, and a parrot on someone's shoulder. But here's what I want to know. Would you ever get an exotic pet, like a snake or a lizard?
No way.
Why not?
Because when I think of a pet, I think of something fluffy, something with fur that I can hold. A snake is cold and smooth, and it doesn't cuddle. You can't cuddle a snake.
Some people would disagree with you there.
Then some people are braver than me. What about you?
I mean, I wouldn't get a snake, but I had a goldfish when I was about 6 years old. His name was King, and I thought King was the greatest pet in the world because he was easy. You feed him, you watch him swim, done.
How long did King live?
4 days.
4? Sorry, I shouldn't laugh, but
No, it's fine. I cried for about an hour, and then my mom bought me ice cream, and I was fine. I think that's actually how kids process grief. Tears, ice cream, move on.
okay, so I want to practice something with everyone listening right now. We've used a lot of good vocabulary today, and there's one word that's really useful for everyday English. The word is loyal. It means someone, or an animal, that stays with you, supports you, doesn't leave. Can you say it? Loyal.
My dog Biscuit was loyal. Even when I accidentally stepped on her tail, she forgave me in like 2 seconds.
See, that's a good example. Now, make your own sentence. Think about someone or something in your life that is loyal. Say it out loud. My blank is loyal because... Reason. Go ahead. We'll wait.
Did you say it? I hope so.
And one more. Try this one. I had a pet when I was a child. It was a blank. Its name was blank. Say it. Even if you didn't have a pet, make one up. Give your imaginary pet a fun name.
Mine would be a parrot called DJ.
DJ?
DJ the parrot. He'd sit on my shoulder at coffee shops.
Like Parrot Lady from this morning.
That's the dream, Julie.
Okay. You know, this was a fun one. We don't always get to just sit and talk about silly stuff like pet names and hamster wheels.
But that's kind of the point, isn't it? You learn English best when you're not thinking about learning English. You're just listening to two people talk about their weird pets, and suddenly you know the word for purring and loyal and exotic, and you didn't even try.
You're not wrong.
Write that down. James was not wrong. Historic moment.
Okay. Before we go, head to the comments and answer this. What was your first pet? Or if you never had one, what pet would you want? Write a sentence in English. We read every single one.
And if someone you know is learning English and they like animals, send them this episode. One share goes a long way.
Thanks for being here. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye, everyone. Pet your dogs for me.
And your cats.
Fine. And your cats.